Hello and welcome to Anugraha Yoga. My name is Renee, and today we begin the first in our series of videos where we will be working with the yamas and the niyamas in our physical practice and in our daily life. If you have not yet seen the intro video for this series, please check that out as it gives a bit more detail about how we will be progressing. The content for these discussions are mostly based on Deborah Adele's work, the Yamas and the Niyamas, as well as my own personal thoughts and thinking. But as you work on your own practice, I expect that you will discover and you will learn and you will understand much more. Please feel free to comment, to question, to share as we all grow together. The Yamas and the Niyamas are the first two limbs on Patanjali's 8-limbed path as suggested in the Yoga Sutras, as given to us in the Yoga Sutras. And so we begin with the yamas, which help to guide our interaction with others. And others, not just ourselves, and not just people, but with the world around us, the earth, the animals, others. Yamas help to guide our interactions, help us to live well. And the very first one, the foundation, is Ahimsa, non-violence. When we think about non-violence, we have to ask ourselves what comes up. What comes up for us when we think of non-violence? And we might think about what is the cause of violence. And this can be things like greed, things like control, things like power plays, insecurity. And at the root of all of that is fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of loss of power, fear of not being in control. And so in thinking about nonviolence and thinking about what is the cause of it, in thinking about fear, then we can work our way around to thinking about how do we deal with fear. And the answer is we build our courage, because courage is not just the absence of fear, but is learning to work with the situation as it is and just living well, living fully in that moment. So being afraid, feeling our feelings, doing what we have to do, and still being in a good space. So in our practice, in our own practice, if this is a physical practice, which we will be doing in the following video, we want to explore what nonviolence looks like for us in our own practice and what courage feels like. What does it mean to be courageous in our physical practice? Does it mean trying something new, some other variation of our pose? What does that feel like? Does it mean even just, saying today is not a day for me to do a hard practice, but this is where I am in this moment. So when we can dig deep and really find our courage, then we begin to work with this principle of ahimsa, of nonviolence to self and to others. And I say this because courage, as we work with it, helps us to find our balance. And balance comes from listening to that inner voice, that inner guidance. And so in our day-to-day interactions with people, so many things can come up, so many things in terms of, conversations, behaviors, actions. And so we want to always be tuned in to ourselves, to begin to listen to what is within us, to know what is right in that moment, and to find our balance, to find that harmony that we can be in. One of the challenges to finding our balance might be something like powerlessness, which also is something that creates fear, something that creates frustration, anger, these kinds of feelings. And if we think about if we are feeling powerless in a situation, in a conversation, it is to begin to ask ourselves, why? Why are you feeling this way? What is bringing up these feelings? What you need to find to handle, or what you need to work on to handle these feelings, these situations as they come up. And as we do this, we begin to work on our balance, feeling harmony, even in strengthening our courage, and in our physical practice as we move, and as you will see in our following video in our physical class, when we work with beginning to understand, then we also work with principles that come up, such as gratitude, beginning to be in this present moment and really building that appreciation of what we have, of what is there for us, of the strength of our body, of our resilience, of our heart, our mind. And so we begin to build feelings of gratitude. We begin to feel a sense of trust in ourselves and in the universe and the divine, whatever divine we believe in, and how we are supported in our space. And so in doing this, when we come into this good space of feelings of gratitude, of trust, we begin to really embody that. So when we work with others, this comes up, because if we are in a good space, we feel self-love. We begin to, understand ourselves, we treat ourselves better. And when we treat ourselves well, we also treat others well, because how we treat others is really how we treat ourselves. It is that reflection. When we work with others, it really is looking at how we work with ourselves as well. So, Ahimsa, nonviolence, and beginning to look at things like courage, things like balance, gratitude, trust, self-love, really beginning to understand your body, yourself, your mind, where you are coming from, your feelings. And so as we build our personal practice, we work on Ahimsa. And just in thinking about our physical practice and how we do it, thinking about how we go about our day, we can ask ourselves these questions, why am I feeling this way? Is this really the feeling that I'm feeling? How can I be better in this situation? How can I not cause harm? And in doing this, we begin to really work with the practice of Ahimsa. We really begin to build compassion. We begin to work with honoring not just ourselves, but our relationships with others and with the world around us. And so, I hope that this stirs something within you so that you can go forward and study, go forward and practice, and really begin to, discover within yourself, because yoga has always been for me a personal practice. Yes, there is so much scripture, there are so many teachers, so much to learn and to understand. But the core of it, the heart of it, is really tapping into yourself and noticing what comes up and what is your take on all of it. So thank you for listening, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and check the next one as well. Hey guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. If you have a question or a comment, leave it down below. And follow me at Anugraha Yoga TT on Facebook and on Instagram. Thanks again. Bye.